The first one has a pattern. The second one also have patterns, but after 10 and 100 and all, it is like it uses real life things like finger, human, frog and all.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So for your information, this is what they used to use is something called a 60 base system. 60 base system. Which base we use? The number system which we use is which base?
10. Is it 10?
You tell me, is it 10? You tell me, is it 10? When you tell a number 135, what is the value of 5? When you tell a number 135, what is the value
of 5 is ones.
Ones. What is the value of 3?
Tens.
100, right? So in our system, it is ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, like that, right? Is it not? You learned in lower classes. So in each position, when you shift, it goes by 10. The value increases, multiplication of 10, 10, 100, 1000. In this system, in the previous system, what I have shown, it used to change by 60s. The ones place is correct. After that, it is the 60s place. Then the place is 60 into 60. And the third one is 60 into 60 into 60. So in hexadecimal, it used to be 16 base, 16. You see, it is so complex. So what the number system which we use, you know what is it called?
Decimal number system. Decimal number system.
Decimal, okay. So it's also called Indo-Arabic numeral system, Indo-Arabic number system, because it was invented at that time in India and it was enriched by the Arabians, and then it traveled to Europe and they used to use 60 base hexadecimal, and then they adopted this 10 base system. And it is said that if they were not adopting this 10 base system, probably the kind of developments, the scientific development, what we have achieved till now might not have happened this much. Because our 10 base system is very simple. 10, 100, 1000, very simple. Here you see it is 60 base or 16, 16. This position is 16. Next position is 16 into 16, 256. And the next one is 16 into 16 into 16. So difficult to calculate. You see, this is 12,427. You see how they have written? This looks like an artwork, right? So if you have to write the distance from Earth to another galaxy, you know how it would look like. You need 2 papers, right? You understand? So the 10 base system is the living. It is the calculations. So we all can be proud of.
Sir, so you are saying that the this calculation Egyptian way, it will take 2 pages, but then in the tens base it has a lot of zeros, so it will take more pages, right?
You are right, but then we have, once it is the moment, it's a brilliant question what you asked. So the difference here is the moment you have, it is based on multiplication of 10. We have other methods like power. You see, then we have other methods, right? And the conversion of units becomes easy.
So technically, what we can write in the older times number system, we can reduce to like 1 page in our now time number system.
1 page, or even you write it in 1 line nowadays, right? The distance from sun to earth, you can write in pretty easy ways. There are different units called astronomical unit. There are further other units called light years, right? So it makes the life simple. Agree? Yeah, and this looks more artistic though. Right? Okay, fine. So how many of you manage a kiddie bank? How many of you save money?
Sir, me.
Okay. Oh, Pranav, I was thinking whom to ask some money. How much money you have?
I don't remember.
No, I won't ask. Tell me, no problem. No problem. I withdraw. Tell me, no problem. How much money you have in your kiddie bank?
Me, sir, I don't know. No, it's too much.
Okay, Lena, how much money you have in your kiddie bank?
Like 5,000 or something, yeah.
Wow, rich person. Wow. Okay, I will talk to you after the class. Helen, how much money you have in your kiddie bank? Same, 5,000. Same. Karthik, you?
8,000.
Wow, very rich kids.
Sir, I don't know if you will believe me. It's like 1 lakh
Who you have 1 lakh
account.
in your account?
Yes.
Wow, favorite teacher, these kids are so rich. Huh?
Yeah, teachers are poor.
Teachers are poor. Okay.
Sir, I have 11,000.
11,000. Wow, Prebab. Okay, good. So now answer this quickly. Okay. So here I'll quickly ask the things. Let us assume this is the kiddie bank of some person. Okay. I put small amount by thinking these are students, they won't have much money. I should have put more money actually. Let us assume you got 1,000 rupees from your grandma. Okay. So how much money will be there in your kiddie bank?
1,000.
1,000, right? Straightforward. Simple. No. Yeah. What I'm asking is, I'm not asking about you. This is my kiddie bank. Okay. I got an income of 1,000 rupees. My grandma gave me. So I will have a balance of 1,000 rupees, right? I will have 1,000 rupees in my bank, right? Agree?
Yes.
Simple. Okay. So now I spent 500 rupees from that.
Balance will be
500. 500.
Balance will be
500.
100. How did you get that?
Sir, subtraction. Sudden subtraction. We studied it like 5,000.
Yeah. So you have 1,000. So from 1,000 you subtract 500. So you get 500. Very simple thing, right? Agreed? Now I'm getting another 500 rupees.
So you
how
will
much?
have 1,000 rupees.
So it will get added. So I will have 1,000 rupees, right? Now I am spending 1,500 rupees.
That is 500. Negative 500.
Sir,
How
negative
can?
500.
No bank balance.
Have taken
No
a
bank
loan.
balance.
You didn't take loan. How will you have minus 500?
That's what I'm asking you. That's what I'm asking you. I have only 1,000 rupees.
Negative. Minus 500. No bank
But
balance.
who will give that minus 500? I have only 1,000 rupees with me. I went to the shop.
Sir,
and
you will Zero.
the shopkeeper will hit me if I tell, okay, fine, this is 1,000 and write minus 500 in my account. Can you do that tomorrow? You can go to a shop.
Sir. In reality, it would be zero. But if you're actually looking for an answer, then it would be negative 500.
But then, whatever money you will get, that will go to the negative 500 until that is over.
In real life, you will be broke.
In real life?
Credit?
In real life? Yeah.
So in real life, would it be credit?
I'm asking a very simple question. You are going to a shop. You are buying items. You have only 1,000 rupees. You bought items worth 1,500. If it is a restaurant, they will ask you to go to kitchen and do some work, paratha making, for that to vasool that 500 rupees, right? If you eat food for 1,500, you give only 1,000. What will the restaurant guy will do? They will take you to the kitchen and tell, okay, make 100 parathas for the 500 rupees, right? So what you will do?
Maybe borrow from someone and give it
Who
back.
told that?
Me.
Yeah, Dia will borrow money from someone, right?
Sir, from the bank. Simple.
From the bank. You have money in the bank. If you don't have money in the bank, what do you do?
We have only 1,000 rupees in our bank. Loan.
You can take a loan.
You can take a loan by telling that I went to a restaurant, I have to pay extra 500. Can you give me a loan? Which bank will give you that loan?
Get a loan. You can borrow some money from some people, your friends or something.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. So we will consider this as borrowing money. Okay. So you have 1,000 rupees and you are spending 1,500 rupees. Okay. So you are borrowing money, 500 rupees. So somebody told in reality you have zero money. Right? But then the next day if you get 500 rupees, the next day if you get 500 rupees, how much money you will have?
You should give it
Zero
back,
money.
right?
Just zero.
Exactly. It is again zero because that 500 you have to give it back.
Yes.
Right? So that is why we write minus 500. Why we write minus 500? So somebody told in reality you have zero. That is correct. In reality you have zero. But then you have to give that 500 rupees to someone. So your actual account is you are standing on minus. Right? So that is why we use this concept called negative numbers, right? This concept of negative number is coming because it is not that number is negative. It is the function. The function is you have money extra you are giving. Now you are borrowed money from somebody else. So these two are opposite activities. To denote that opposite activity, you are using the symbol called negative. The 500 rupee money which you have, the note which you have in hand, that note is the same note. Right? This minus plus, the note is the same note. The note doesn't change. The physical quantity doesn't change. 500 is 500, but your position is different. Previously, when you had plus 500, you had 500 rupees with you. Now you have 0 rupees, but then tomorrow if you get 500 rupees, you have to give it back. Right? Is it not? Everyone agree?
Yes.
Everyone agree? Is there anyone who disagree?
No.
Okay, so we are minus 500. Okay, now what will happen? I got 500 more rupees as expenditure.
Minus 1,000.
Yeah, you have to borrow again 500, normal, right? You are a spendthrift.
So
You will be too poor.
You are not poor, you are a spendthrift. You are not poor. You had money, you had 1,000 rupees. You could have managed your life with that 1,000 rupees, but you are a spendthrift. You went to the shop and bought dress for you by 4,500 and you are minus, but then you are not stopping. You are going to the ice cream shop and buying ice cream for another 500 rupees. Irresponsible guy.
Sir, that means you're going poor, right?
Yeah, you are going poor.
You're
Right?
already poor.
You're already poor. You're again becoming poor. Is it not?
1,000.
Yeah, so what happens is this time you may either borrow from the same guy or you may borrow from some other person. But then what does it mean? Now you have to give 1,000 rupees to somebody else. So tomorrow if you get 1,000 rupees, again you will have only 0 money. So obviously you are already minus 500. Now you have to borrow again 500 rupees for someone else. So you are a debt. You are in debt of rupees 1,000. Agree? Now what will happen?
Sir, 500.
1,000.
No.
Yeah.
500.
Very simple, right? Why it is 500, Pranav? It is very simple.
Sir,
You have to give 500.
500 is balance in minus 500 minus 1,000.
See, you have to give 500 each to 2 people. You are getting 2,000 rupees. What you will do? 500 you will give to one person. 500 you will give to another person. You will have 1,000 rupees with you, right?
Oh.
What, Pranav? What is the confusion there?
I got the
Symbols
confusion. I thought you will have to add 1,500 plus 1,000.
No. I'm telling, don't go the maths way. Understand the situation. You get 2,000 with you, 500 notes, 500 to one person, 1 to another person, you have 500 notes with you, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now you have 1,000 rupees. Now what will happen? Spendthrift. You have 1,000 rupees. You are going and making another 1,000.
Minus 500 again.
Okay. Now, have you seen this kind of stuff? Temperature reading, thermometer. Have you seen?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So I am not marking all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it will be normally marked like 0, 1, 2, 3. So it will be congested. So I am already marking 10, 20, 30, 40, minus 10, minus 20, minus 30, minus 40. How much is the temperature? This red one. How much is this? 20 degree. What would be the temperature now in Todupuzha?
I don't know.
Approximately.
Sir, if it
Approximately 30.
Sir, according to rainy season, it should be something like 10 or 90. Or
Now what would be the Isha? What is the temperature outside your house? Approximately.
I don't know.
Approximately, yeah.
Sir, 27 degrees.
27.
28
28.
degrees
26
Celsius.
for
Here.
mine. 26 for mine.
28 degrees
Okay.
Celsius.
The
here.
person from
0
Kuwait.
degree.
The person who was
27.
joined from Kuwait. Can you please tell what is temperature approximately outside your house? Yeah,
Sir,
Rema.
45.
45 degrees. Yeah, yeah. You see, in Kuwait, it is 45 degree. Okay.
60 degree. Sir, here it is 28 degrees.
28 degree.
Exactly.
Okay, fine.
No,
Okay.
26.
Yeah, Malu, what do you want to tell?
27.
27.
27 approximately. Okay. So now I'm telling
60.
the temperature was 20 degree yesterday. Now today see, we use the word rise and drop. Temperature is risen by x degrees. Temperature is increased by x degrees. Temperature is reduced by x degrees. Or temperature is dropped by x degree. So why I am using that rise and drop? The rise gives you physical meaning of something is rising, like the rising sun. Dropping gives you physical meaning of it is coming down. Right? So temperature is rising by 10 degree. What would be the temperature now?
30.
Very simple, right? Temperature increases and becomes 30. Right? Now, what is happening? The temperature drops by 20 degree. Midnight. Temperature is dropping. Heavy rain.
10.
10.
10.
From 30, it will drop to 10. Right? 30 minus 20. Now what is happening? Temperature further drops by 30 degree.
Minus 20.
Minus 20.
Minus 20.
See, it is straightforward.
Negative 45.
How it is negative 45? See, you see the scale. It is rising by 10 means from 20 rise by 10. From 20, if you rise by 10, it is 30. It is dropping by 20 means from 30 drop 10, 20. So it reached here. Now it is further dropping 30. So from this 10, you have to drop 30. 10, 20, 30. So that is minus 20, right? Can you visualize? So this is important for you to understand. This is important for you to understand. When you tell you are reducing something, you are reducing from that point. So your temperature was 10 and you are reducing 30. So 30 points drop. 10, 20. 30.
Okay, sir.
So you reach minus 20. Is it not simple?
Simple, sir.
Right.
So simple, sir.
So if it is rising by 10 now, what will happen?
20.
Huh?
Negative 10.
10, 10, 10, 10.
Negative 10.
Yeah, see? See, now it is rising by 10. Why? How you should see? So you should have this picture in your mind. So from here, rise means 10 rise. Drop 30, from here, drop 30.
Negative
Yeah?
sense.
So this picture, these two pictures you should have in your mind. Okay? Now what will happen? You are at
Minus
minus
30.
Minus 30.
Now it's negative.
you are minus 10, you are dropping by 20. What will
Minus
happen?
30. Minus 30.
Negative 30.
Minus 30.
Yeah, it will go to minus 30, right? From here, 10, 20. Right? Okay, you're a very smart kids. So this class is going to be pretty easy for me. Okay, so how many of you have brothers or sisters who are studying entrance? Engineering entrance, medical entrance?
They studied and they now are in college.
Okay, okay. You know how entrance marks are calculated?
No.
Okay. So in entrance, there is something called negative marking. Have you heard about it? Negative marking.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what does it mean?
Sir, you get if you get 10 out of 20, no, 19 out of 20, that will be like, if you get one more question wrong, you will be like 18 out of 20. Is it like that?
Okay. Okay. Anyone else?
It's just
You
a guess. It's just a
Okay.
guess.
Anyone else? What do you understand by negative marking?
For us, it's like normally if there is a if there's a mistake in the questions or whatever we wrote, they will just they won't count the marks. But for them, they would put it as a negative mark and it would affect their marks, I guess.
Okay. So Tevin, what is negative marking for you?
Negative mark is like when your marks are so low that it goes minus beyond 0. Like too many wrong answers that it is beyond.
Oh, this teacher, special teacher, what is that? This is very cruel. You are reducing the mark of a student below 0.
Sir,
Very, very unfair.
Sir, isn't it like when you get one answer correct, you get plus 4 marks, and if you get one answer wrong, it's negative 1 mark?
Yeah. So for the in the engineering entrance, in many entrances, so the negative marking means, for example, you get 5 questions right. Let us assume for each question you get 1 mark. Then it is 5 question right means 5 mark. And if the negative marking is 1 mark, then if you get 1 answer wrong, that 1 mark will be reduced. But for most of the entrance examinations, the positive mark is 4. Like if you get 1 answer right, you get 4 marks. And 1 answer wrong, like Rudra told, it is -1. That is how most engineering exams are there. But it can change. But what does negative marking mean? Negative marking means if you write something, if you make a mistake, your mark will be reduced. Right? But in your normal school, it is not like that. It is not your mark going below 0, like our money position or temperature scale. Mark, in my knowledge, in no school, the mark is put below 10, below 0. I don't know. Test teacher, do you put mark below 0 in your school?
No.
Okay. Right. Okay. So that is not the case. So the negative marking, that is the concept. So we are taking entrance where 1 positive answer, 1 right answer is 4 mark, and 1 wrong answer is -1. So 1 right answer +4, 1 wrong answer -1. Okay, here we go. What will be the mark? 10 correct answers, 5 wrong answers.
5 marks.
5 marks.
5 marks.
Read again. 4 marks. 4 marks for every right answer.
35, right?
Plus 4.
Yeah, 35, right?
35.
So why did you make that mistake? Why did you make that mistake?
Because I didn't read the
Yeah, you
correct.
see? Yeah, so the first thing is you have to read the question correctly. So that's why I'm repeating. +4 for every right answer, -1 for every wrong answer. This is how the normal, at least the many entrance examinations are conducted. Okay? Right? Okay, now, so this mark will be 35. So what will be the mark here? 30 correct answers and 30 wrong answers.
0.
It should be 0, right?
INT. No.
Negative something.
90.
Negative something.
Who all told 0? Who all told 0? Raise your hands.
Negative.
Who all told 0? Raise your hands. There is nothing wrong. You can make errors. No problem. We make errors so that we learn. Okay. So we have done 2 stuffs. 10 right answers is 10 into 4, 40. 5 wrong answers, 5 into 1, 5. From this 40, you reduce 5 because this is negative marking. So here 30 right answers, 30 into 4, 120. And 30 wrong answers, 30 into 130. So from 120, you reduce 30. So you get 90.
90.
Right? So what about this?
$180.
180.
180.
180.
200 minus 20, right?
Everyone gets 180? Anyone has a doubt? You can ask me. Don't feel bad if you don't get the right answer. Don't feel bad if you don't understand. So you calculate, how do you calculate? 50 into 4, 200 minus 20, 180. 10 correct answers and 40 wrong answers.
0.
0.
You see, this is something you have to understand while preparing for entrance kind of examination. You see, even if you get 10 right answers, if that boy or girl, if they would not have attended any other problem, the person would have got 40 marks. So just you go and write some answer, some rubbish answers, you get 40 wrong answers, you see, you got 0. So you see your sister, brother, has anybody heard this? Any of your brother, sister, cousins, friends coming and telling, oh yeah, I got so many negative markings, so I got lost marks. Did you hear this before? I see Isha has heard
Somewhere. Yes, somewhere I heard.
So, sir, what about
Sometimes.
somebody gets correct 10 questions, so he gets 40 marks, and then he gets 50 questions wrong.
You calculate.
Then it will be like minus 10 marks, right?
Yeah, it is minus, but normally they will.
But then it's
round
not
it to,
possible, right?
Yeah, they will put it round it to 0, but the point is it will actually go to minus because you don't have mark, but they will round it to 0. Okay. Yeah. So now, yeah, they will round it to 0. So what is this one? 5 correct answers and 30 wrong answers.
Minus 10.
Minus 10.
Minus 10.
Understand?
Yeah. So the calculation is minus 10. They may put 0, but you don't bother about it. But the actual calculation is minus 10. 5 into 4, 20.
Can I leave?
Minus 30. Right? Okay. And this?
Negative 30.
Negative
This one?
80.
80.
So you see, it is much better to get 20 right answers. It's much better to get 20 right answers and don't writing anything further, you see.
Intelligent people be like.
Yeah, but the problem is you don't know which is correct or which is wrong. This is called number line. So I'm not putting all the numbers in the scale, you see, because it becomes congested. So I'm showing only 40 on this side, minus 40 on this side. So this is center, 0. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 40, like that. Okay, you all can see this?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, so we start with a very simple thing. Very simple thing. So you all know this, right? You all know.
15.
This is 5. This is 10. But the method is important. How do you actually calculate this? Okay, you calculate this like you have 5 things on one hand, 10 things on another hand. Or you have 5 things, one person has 5 things with that person. Malu has 5 toffees with Malu's one hand, and Helen has 10 toffees with Helen's hand. You club both, then it becomes 15, right? Very simple. There's no difficulty in that, right? So this is 5, and then you add this 10 with this 5, you get 15, right? Very simple. This blue is the answer, correct? Now, what is 10 plus 5?
15.
It doesn't make a difference, right? Whether you take Helen's hand and put it in Malu's hand, or you take Malu's hand and put it in Helen's hand, doesn't make a difference, right?
Yeah. Yes.
You are just adding everything. Very simple. This is like kids stuff for you, right? Okay, right. So 10 plus 5 is 5 plus 5. So that is the beauty of addition. You are just adding this side you add or this way you add, doesn't make a difference. Okay, how about this?
35.
So you have 20, you have 15, so 20, 15 is 35. Very simple. Yeah. And 15 plus 20 is also 35.
Also
You know
30.
this. Nothing, not a big deal. Very simple. Okay. Now, how about this?
You should go to the left side.
How is it even possible to have -5 toffees? Malu has 10 toffees in her hand.
Where you eat more
Helen
than
has -5 toffees. How can Helen have -5 toffees?
they eat more chocolate than they have from others they take.
Helen, did you do that?
No.
Okay. That's a brilliant answer. See, Helen had only 2 toffees, but she likes toffee. So she borrowed 5 toffees from others and ate. Chocolate maniac she's. She loves chocolates. So now what is her position? Her position is Malu comes and gives poor Malu. She has collected chocolate from everybody by thinking that me and Helen will together sit and eat chocolate. And she went to Malu. She went to Helen by telling that, see, Helen, my cupcake, I have bought 10 chocolates. You know what is Helen telling? What is Helen
I
telling?
have -5 chocolates.
Yeah, Helen telling, thank God you got 10 chocolates. But you know one thing, as a bitter truth, actually we have only 5 with us, because this 5 I have to give to the other people, this Rudra, Ivania and all, I have borrowed chocolates. Right? So how many chocolates they will have together with them?
5.
Only 5.
5.
Because this Helen girl has eaten all chocolates. Okay. Right? You understand?
Kind of.
Kind of. Any doubt? So the minus, you remember that money example which we have told.
Yes.
Remember that money example which we have told.
Yes.
Right? You have 5 rupee debt. You have borrowed 5 rupee from somebody. You are getting 10 rupees. So how much money you will have? You got 10 rupee, but for that 5 rupee you have to give to manage your debt.
So we only have 5.
Oh, yeah, now I understand.
You understand? Okay, you will
Yes.
understand after a couple of more problems. So pictorially what is happening, you see?
Yes.
We have, look at this picture. Look at this picture. So we had 10 chocolates brought in by Malu, but you see our friend Helen is in this position. She's sitting in minus position, which means what? She has to give 5 chocolates to someone else. Right? So what is actually happening? Actually happening is, from this 10, 5 you have to give to manage this debt, and you have only 5 remaining. So that 5 you have to give back, and then you have only 5 left. Agree? I don't hear
Yes,
answers.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
So what are we getting from this? Actually, when you tell 10 plus minus 5, you are actually reducing 5 from 10, right? What did you actually do? Malu's 10 chocolate, you took 5 and gave to some. That is what you did. You reduced 5 from this 10.
Borrow it.
So it's a very simple thing, but you have to have that picture in your mind. That's why we brought the examples of temperature, money and all, right? So this is what it means. One more stuff we do. Now what will happen? This time Malu brought 15 chocolates by thinking that last time, you know, this Helen girl had already brought, we made a debt of 5 chocolates. So this time from this 15, we will manage. And this time when she went there, she had already eaten 25 chocolates by me.
Negative 10.
Negative
So
10.
what will happen?
Negative 10.
Negative
10
How is
chocolate.
it?
They
How
will
is
have
it even
only
possible?
It's
How
not
is-
negative.
How is it even possible? Malu has only 15 chocolates. How can she give back 25 chocolates?
Had borrowed other chocolates.
So there can be 2 scenarios. One scenario is, let us assume Helen had taken this 25 chocolates from Tasha. So Helen goes to tell Tasha, so she had promised by telling, my friend Malu is coming. She's a chocolate queen. She brings so many chocolates. So when she brings, I'll give you all 25. But then when Malu comes, she goes to Tasha and tells that, Tasha, my dear, excuse me, this is 15 chocolate only she brought. But don't worry, her father is making chocolate. She has a chocolate factory. Next time she will bring more. So as of now, please adjust with this 15. So what will be the position, Helen's position? Helen was sitting in minus 25 before. Now what will be her position after giving 15 back?
Minus 10.
She is in minus
Minus
10,
10.
right? She still give Tasha. But
So much debt.
But the dangerous thing what happened is, before it was Helen's debt, 25. Now it is Malu, Helen put together. After putting Malu's chocolate also, put together, it is minus 10.
Yeah.
You agree?
Yes.
Yes.
You agree? Right.
Yes.
So pictorially what happens? Pictorially, 15 chocolates Malu had collected. But our friend Helen had taken 25 chocolates from others. She didn't eat actually. Actually, we were misunderstanding her. She was going to the nearby colony and giving all this 25 chocolate to all the kids there. She is a good Samaritan. Okay. So that is how she got into minus 25. Right? Okay. So now, right? So now what will happen? From this 15, you have to service this debt of minus 25, but you can't service this minus 25. You can only service how much? 15. 5, 10, 15. So you will still be left with what? You will still be left with minus 10. Right? You have to give 10. Because from this 15, you have to give 25, but you don't have 25. 15 you have given, you are already 0. Right? I will upload today's notes. Okay. And then I will give some assignments also there. And there are no right answers. There are no wrong questions. You would attempt whether you get it right or no. There is no problem. And there is nothing called a right representation. I use number line. You can use any kind of representation. You are very intelligent, very creative people. You can use your own method. Now what will happen? Why I am using this creative method is, now when you get into subtraction based on negative numbers, multiplication, division and all, if you don't have that pictorial representation in your mind, it will become difficult. Okay. And there are associated properties. When you open the bracket, what will happen? So once the concept is thorough, you can do any problem.